What's up, you guys? It's Susan Morad right back here with Clever News, and Ariana Grande has come a long way in regards to her evolving relationship with her father. So right now we're breaking down their complicated past and how they've come to rebuild their close bond. We now know basically almost everything there is to know about Ariana Grande's relationship with fiancé Dalton Gomez. But when it comes to another important man in her life, she's previously opened up about mending her relationship with her estranged father, Ed Butera. As many fans know, he and Ari's mother, Joan Grande, split when she was just 8 years old, which may be a contributing factor to Ari and her dad's rocky past, as she spoke with 17 magazine back in 2014 about a major falling out they had a year prior. She recalled the time in her life being the toughest thing she ever had to deal with, saying, quote, "It's private, but it happened last year. It took me so long to be okay with it." At the time, Ari was forced to accept the fact that they weren't on speaking terms, adding, "The thing that got me there was embracing the fact that I'm made up of half my dad, and a lot of my traits come from him. So much of me comes from my father, and for so long I didn't like that about myself. I had to accept that it's okay not to get along with somebody and still love them." 2 years later, during an interview with Kiss FM, Ari confirmed that she still had not seen much of her father while playing a game of this or that. When asked mummy or daddy, Ari was quick to respond by saying, "Mummy, but I love my dad," adding, "My parents are divorced. I never get to see my dad because he lives in Florida." This was especially interesting considering Ari and her grandmother Marjorie Grande, aka Nonna to most fans, also lives in Boca Raton, but has been referenced and visited by Ari on much more frequent occasions, including the August 2019 issue of Vogue magazine. Over the years, Ari would continue to mention her father on rare occasions, like in her 2017 Father's Day post that read, "Happy Father's Day, I love you," which caused fans to assume their estranged relationship had begun to heal. In 2018, however, fans were once again thrown for a loop when Ari continued to throw some subtle jabs towards her father, as some have recalled this Mother's Day tribute to her mum when Ari alluded to Joan acting as both a mother and a father. She said, quote, "Mummy, I love you so much. Thank you for being a mom and a dad, a BFF, an inspiration, a comedian, a healer, a genius, and a brilliant example of a woman. I hope I can be even half the superwoman you are someday." And basically every Arianator is well aware of the shade toward Ed in her 2018 smash hit Thank You Next, when singing that she'd be walking down the aisle with her mom.
I'll be thanking my dad, 'cause she grew from the drama.
The following year must have been a turning point in their relationship, as Ari shared a rare photo of the two once again on Father's Day, and fans were pleased to find that, according to her Instagram story, Ari was celebrating Thanksgiving with both her parents for the first time in 18 years. But one of the biggest steps in the rebuilding of their relationship came during the 2020 Grammy Awards, when Ari walked the carpet with both of them. Later that night, while performing a medley of her biggest hits, including Imagine, Seven Rings, and Thank You Next, Ari even went as far as to change the lyrics referencing her father.
I'll be thanking my dad, 'cause he's really awesome.
You can literally feel the emotion in her voice, as it seems Ari and her dad have managed to put all of their issues aside. So what exactly led to their fallout? The truth is likely that Ari doesn't plan on disclosing that information, as it's a private family matter. However, according to one Reddit thread, many users have compiled some evidence to prove their theories. Reddit user Lane Loves Lipstick recalled back in 2013, around the time Ari first mentioned the fallout, that Ed had a public Twitter account with his username titled something along the lines of Ariana's dad. They went on to suggest that Ed essentially exploited his daughter for fame, adding, quote, "He did a live stream where he called Ariana on the phone. He asks her about her ex, Jay Brooks, about how she warms up her voice, about performing with Justin Bieber, etc." The user also shared one shocking fact, that about 3 minutes into the conversation, Ari realized their phone call was being recorded on his live stream, as she appears to act surprised while still playing it cool despite not being physically seen on camera. Others pointed out the fact that Ed is a known Republican and an alleged Trump supporter, which could have also contributed to their rift. Again, this is all simply speculation, but the biggest takeaway here is that Ari appears to have made a conscious decision to mend broken ties with her father over the years, and she couldn't seem more at ease with her decision. To see why fans are dragging Tekashi 69 after the release of Ari's 34+35 remix, click right over here to watch another clever video. Then be sure to let me know your thoughts on Ari mending her relationship with her father down here in the comments. I'm your host, Susan Morad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.